Hi, and welcome to It Figures Gaming Week. All week, I will be taking a look at figures based on video games. Tonight, I am going to be reviewing Chell from the amazing game Portal 2. So the packaging Chell is in, I actually do kind of like it quite a lot. On the front of the package is a very nice large drawing of her. And if you can see behind the figure, you have the orange portal. On the back of the package, you have the blue portal. And on the bottom, you have a brief biography of Chell. And as in Portal fashion, it's kind of funny. And Chell is made by NECA. Alright, so let's open up Chell and see how she looks. So for those who are not familiar with the Portal game, it's basically this girl, Chell, wakes up in a testing facility run by a psychotic robot who makes her go through a bunch of tests in order to get out of the facility. And in order for her to get out of the facility, she uses a portal gun that opens up holes in the walls, which you have to pass through to get through some of these tests. So in the first Portal game, you didn't get to see Chell that well because it's a first-person game. And even in the second one, they didn't show her off that well, but at least you finally got to see what she looks like. So this figure is really cool now that you get to have pretty much a three-dimensional figure of the character finally. So first let's take a look at the sculpt. Her face is extremely well sculpted. They did a great job of putting the hairs in front of her face and giving her the ponytail like she had in the game. The rest of her body is just as well done, from her shirt to her jacket she has tied around her waist. And the words Aperture Laboratories are nice and clean across her chest. And I like how they added the folds and even the stitches in her shirt. That's really great attention to detail. The jacket tied around her waist looks like real cloth. So again, just amazing amount of detail. The one strange thing about Chell is her feet. She has like these spring-like boots on. And again, you really don't get to see them that close up in the game, so it's kind of cool to actually see what they look like finally. So as in paint, I don't see any paint out of place in this. There's not one brush mark that's out of place. All the paint on Chell is just extremely good. So as for articulation, this is where Chell really surprises me a lot. In the package, she kind of looked more like a statue, but once you get her out, you can just see the amazing amount of articulation she has. First, her head is on a ball joint, so you can position it pretty much in any direction you like. Both shoulders are also ball jointed. Her elbow joints are really nicely done, and both of her wrists do turn. Another surprising point of articulation is her waist. It's actually ball jointed as well. And the bottom of her waist can actually be rotated back and forth. With the strange feet, I figured her knees would be locked in place, but they aren't. They both bend. Chell comes with one very important accessory, and that is, of course, the portal gun. Now they've actually made full-size replicas of this, which I still haven't yet acquired, but one of these days I might be able to pick it up. But even in miniature form here, it looks fantastic. You can just see the great amount of detail from the front to the sides, and the Aperture logos everywhere. And just like the logo on her shirt is completely crisp and clean, and you can read every letter, there's a button here on the bottom of the portal gun, and when you press it, the blue beam inside lights up. And you can also see it from the front. Unfortunately, there is no orange beam. At least I have not been able to figure out, if there is, how to turn it on. And the portal gun itself fits great in her hands. Chell also comes with a stand, and without this stand, she is not able to stand on her own. So let's bring up the old Figometer and see how Chell stacks up. I could not be more happier with this figure. NECA once again knocked it out of the park. This is spectacular. From the articulation to the great paint job to the amazing sculpt, Chell gets, of course, a 5 out of 5. Just an amazing figure from NECA based on one of my all-time favorite games, and I could not be more happy with this. So please check back tomorrow when I will have yet another figure based on a video game as I continue Game Week, which will lead up to Friday, where I will open up and unbox the Xbox One. And as always, if you have not yet done it, please hit the subscribe button so you will not miss out on any upcoming reviews or the unboxing of the Xbox One. So that's been tonight's review for It Figures, and I shall see you next time.